Hi everyone, today we are doing lesson 6 from module 6, geometry of level E of VMath. So turn to page 27 to follow along and take notes. So there are a lot of words in this, so we're going to go through a lot of the vocabulary here at the beginning. The first word is congruent. Congruent. This means same shape and same size. So congruent figures are exactly the same. All the sides are the same, all the angles are the same, the shape is the same. So everything, if you put this one and you stacked it on top of this one, it would fit exactly. The next are the triangles. Equilateral triangle. This is a triangle with 3 congruent sides. So all of those sides are congruent. They're exactly equal. So when it has that, see how they each have a little one line through it? That means that they are all equal. They are exactly the same. They are congruent. Isosceles triangle is a triangle with exactly 2 congruent sides. So this side, see how it has the little lines right there again? This side is congruent to this side. They are exactly the same. So this is an isosceles triangle. It's a hard word, isosceles. The next one is a scalene triangle. This is a triangle with 3 sides of different lengths. So see how this one has a 1 line, this has 2 lines, this has 3 lines. All 3 of those sides are different. None of them are congruent or the same. A parallelogram. This is a quadrilateral. Quad has 4 sides with 2 pairs of opposite parallel sides. So if we look at these examples, A and A, these are parallel to each other. B and B, parallel. A and A, parallel. B and B, parallel. Okay, so they're opposite of each other and they are parallel. If you kept going with these sides, they would never ever touch. Consecutive angles. These are angles that share a common side. So for example, here's one side. So C and P are consecutive. They share a side. Okay. But also B and C share a side. So angle B, this has the same side as this side for C. Opposite angles of a parallelogram. So these are non-consecutive angles of a parallelogram. So non-consecutive means like they're not right next to each other. So X and X right here, these are opposite sides of a parallelogram. And then here we have A and A, these are opposite. So they're not consecutive, they're not in order, they're opposite of each other. All right, so let's use what we just learned. We can see here in A, none of these have lines that mean that they're equal. So that means that these are all different lengths. So this would be a scalene triangle. B, we can see that all 3 of those have 1 line, so that means that they are equal. So this is an equilateral triangle. All the sides are congruent. In part C, we can see that 2 of the sides have that 1 line. That means that they're congruent. So this is an isosceles triangle. Down here, letter A for number 2, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. None of them are equal. This is a quadrilateral. It has 4 sides. Quadrilateral. Here in part B, we can see that these are equal, opposite, and these little arrows indicate that they're parallel. And then these opposite sides, the same thing. Those are equal with 2 lines and parallel. So this is a parallelogram. All right, so if we have number 3, we have an isosceles triangle because 2 of the sides are the same. Well, if those 2 sides are the same, and we know that angle B is 65 degrees, this angle over here, angle C, is also 65 degrees. Now, the other thing about triangles, every single triangle equals 180 degrees. So that means if we do 65 plus 65, we get 130 degrees. So if we know that every single triangle equals 180 degrees no matter what, we can use our knowledge and subtract that 130 that we already have and get 50 degrees. So that means that this angle A is 50 degrees. In a parallelogram or a quadrilateral, every single quadrilateral equals 360 degrees. So that means that we can use our knowledge of that to figure out the rest of the angles. So if F is 110 degrees, that means its opposite corner is also 110. So that means that D is 110 degrees also. Well, let's add those up. 110 plus 110 equals 220 degrees. So that means that if we do 360 minus 220, we have 140 degrees left over. Well, remember, we have two angles though, two angles that we have to figure that out. Opposite angles are going to be equal. So that means that we could take 140 degrees, divide it by 2, and get equal angles of 70 degrees. So that means that each of these is 70 degrees. All right, so let's look here. It's asking us angle M plus angle M plus angle M. And then we add all four of those, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We add them all up, and then we're going to get this. So if we look at this at this diagram, we can see we have a red triangle. I'm shading it in so you can see that. And there's another triangle, a blue triangle. But look if you put those two together, you get this triangle or this quadrilateral over here. Because if I draw this line right here, you can see that it makes, here's the red and here's the blue. So two triangles put together, this red and blue triangle put together, make this yellow quadrilateral. So remember that angles in a triangle, all of them equal 180 degrees. So triangles equal 180 degrees. Quadrilaterals equal 360 degrees. So that means if we do angles 1, 2, and 3 from the red triangle, I'm going to change those quick to red. Angles 1, 2, and 3 from the red triangle, if we add those up, that will equal 180 degrees no matter what, because it's a triangle. If we do the same with the blue triangle and we add angles 4, 5, and 6 from the blue triangle, that will also equal 180 degrees because every single triangle equals 180 degrees. But then look, when you put them together, you get a quadrilateral, you get 4 sides. Every quadrilateral is 360 degrees. Well, look here, 2 times 180 degrees is 360 degrees. So anytime you have a quadrilateral, you can make it into 2 triangles, and then that's 180 times 2, or 180 plus 180, which equals 360. So that's how we just proved that we can use 2 triangles, put them together to make a quadrilateral, and know the exact degrees in each shape. All right, so here we go. We're going to find the missing again. Here we have a triangle. So think in your head, triangles equal how many degrees? You're right, 180 degrees. Excuse me, I should not have written that there. So a triangle equals 180, so we'll put that there to remind ourselves. So we know two of them. We know 15 and 105. If we add those together, we get 120 degrees. So then we take that 180 and we minus 120 to get 60 degrees, the leftover one. So that means that angle F equals 60 degrees. All right, number 6, we have a quadrilateral. Quadrilaterals equal 360 degrees. So then if we add up the three angles that we know, 105 plus 92 plus 88, we get 15, 18, 285 degrees. So then we do 360 minus 285. Let's write that out. 360 minus 285. We got to borrow. Make it a 5. Make that a 10. Borrow again. 15 minus 8 is 75. 2 minus 2 is 0. So angle C is 75 degrees. And the last one here, a triangle. A triangle again equals how many degrees? 180. So then we have to add, we know that this is a 90. It doesn't say 90, but we know that a right angle is 90. So that's why we do 90 plus 45. That equals 135 degrees. Then we do 180 minus 135 to get our missing angle. So we have to borrow. And then we get 45 degrees. So that means that angle I right here is 45 degrees. So a reminder again, I'm going to keep saying it. A triangle always equals 180 degrees. A quadrilateral always equals 360 degrees. So when you go to work on your own, find missing angle and measures in a triangle using symbols. Angle A plus angle B plus angle C equals 180. The sum of the measures of the interior angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. We just talked about that. Then you find the sum of the known angle measures and subtract from 180. We did that a bunch. So we knew 30. We know that this is 90. Add them up. You get 120. 180 minus 120 equals 60 degrees. So that means angle B is 60 degrees. Find the missing angle measures in a quadrilateral. So the sum of the measures of interior angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degrees. So all four of those angles are 360 degrees. So to find the sum of the known, you find the sum of the known measured angles. So we know 3 of them. Add them up to get 265 and then subtract the sum from 360. So 360 minus 265 equals 95 degrees. So angle M, that missing one, equals 95 degrees. All right, you're going to complete page 29 on your own. Rewatch this video if you need help, because this is a lot of information, but once you get it, then you will know. Remember, triangles equal how much? 180 degrees. And quadrilaterals equal how much? 360 degrees. Always, always, always. Take your time. Good luck.